How many times have you gone on Snapchat and just scrolled through stories hoping to find one of your friends, to see what they're doing? How many times have you just clicked on someone's profile and just seeing what they're doing, looking at their stories, where they're at, who they're hanging out with? Or how many times have you just gone on Instagram and just scrolled around, seeing all these posts that people are posting and, things that they're doing, having fun, wanting likes and attention? Do you ever think about just how normalized that is now? How normalized it is to just always seek and always wonder what other people are doing? Now, when you think about it, this is not really normal. At least, now I guess it is normalized, but in a way where we're not supposed to really care what people think. Yet, we've programmed ourselves to think that we need to care what people think. The amount of people that I see now that just have no personality. So many people that just act like everybody else. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be like everybody else. That's why I make these videos, is because I want to express how I'm driven to be different. And I want to motivate you all to be different. But in the world we live in today, it's very hard to be different because there's so many people that just think it's normal just to do what everyone else does. And when you start to notice things that most people do, it's usually not for the good. There's a lot of paths people take that people follow that aren't really, it's not really your path. It's just someone else's path. So what's the point of even going down it, right? And we've kind of lost touch with ourselves because we're too worried about what other people think. So why do we care what people think, It's amazing, we all have the ability to express our own opinions, our own thoughts. And, just the way that the internet is now and social media, everyone's always expressing their thoughts, to put it simple. And it's becoming where people think it's important or that it's necessary, it's needed to share your thoughts on there. And yeah, freedom of speech is good, but like I've said before, we got a little too much freedom of speech. But when you think about it, it's just not really normal. It's not a normal thing. We're not meant to always care what people think, because how are you supposed to be yourself? How are you supposed to find yourself if you're too worried about what this other person has to say? If you're too worried about these people telling you can't do something. There's people telling you that they think you're weird or whatever it is. And you know what? Reality is, whenever you're doing your own thing, when you're going down your own path and working towards something which you're really passionate about, you're going to have to separate yourself and you're going to have to be different. And people are going to think you're weird. I'm not going to lie. People will think you're weird for a bit. But that's just what you got to do, because in today's age, people think weird is just different. People think different is weird, and it's not weird. It's just that you're actually, learning about life and about yourself, and you're invested in yourself and exploring who you are. All these other people are, sitting around just scrolling TikTok and Instagram, looking at what other people are doing literally the entire day. They don't have time to think about themselves. They don't have time to think about what they want to do or who they want to be. They just don't. They could have time, but they choose not to, because it's a choice that they make. But you have the choice to literally be the best version of yourself. And isn't that an amazing thing? Isn't that an amazing thought, an amazing feeling? And the thing about it, when you start working towards it, it's going to boost your confidence and you're going to excel. You're going to keep going towards it, because that's what keeps you going. Knowing that you're working towards a goal, that you're working towards something. That's what it's all about, right? And here's the thing, which a lot of people are misunderstanding about the world, is that it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. We aren't perfect. Jesus was perfect. We're not perfect. That's why we need Jesus, right? The sacrifice that he made covers all of our sin, because we're not perfect. But we have the opportunity to be our own, to think for ourselves and to be our own person. But the idea of perfect life is just unrealistic, right? And there's so many people that grow up thinking that everything needs to be perfect. They have to have this, they have to have that. Everything's got to be this way. That's just unrealistic. So you can't set those standards in your life, or else you're never going to be satisfied. Because, I hate to break it to you, but life ain't perfect, Life is good, but it's hard. Life is good, but life is hard, It's not perfect. And it's not going to be easy. I don't know about you guys, but there's plenty of people out there that are not perfect. There's plenty of things that you think are perfect that are far from it. There's plenty of people out there. There's real people out there who are not perfect. Like real things that happen every single day that enhance the idea that life is not perfect. There's real people out there who grab guns and go to schools and shoot up schools. There's real people out there that do that. There's real people out here who worship the devil and put false images in kids' minds and put false images in the society's minds on the media. There's real people out here who are working in evil ways, in case you all haven't realized. So to think that the world is perfect, we are far from it, ladies and gentlemen. And so you can't set these expectations on yourself because you're always going to want more. And it's just unrealistic. It's very unrealistic. And the thing about it, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone has their own opinions. I have my own opinions of some people. People are going to think of me in a certain way where I can't control what they think. If they think that way, whatever. It doesn't affect me, right? It literally doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. Maybe up here, if I let it, it'll affect me mentally if I let it, right? But ultimately, it doesn't affect me. So whatever those people tell me, it's pretty much, it's pointless. Yeah, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. So why even think? Why even care what they think, right? You just have to be confident. You got to be confident in yourself. And once you start learning about yourself and who you are, you become confident naturally, because we've been programmed to care what people think, and it's putting a false image on you. It's like you're limiting yourself. You're literally limiting yourself when you care what people think. I mean, think about all the things that you could do right now. Think about all the things that you think about doing, but you're scared to do it because of what people think. Just think about all the things. I know that there's a lot of things out there, because there's things that I think of too that, it's like, imagine if I just did that, And then when I started doing some things that I used to be afraid of because I cared what people think and realized that it didn't matter, I started doing things, you start to just open your eyes to the real world more. It's amazing. It's beautiful. You just can't really put that lens on your eye, on your vision. It's like you have a clear vision of what you want to be, who you want to be, but you're letting other people cloud that lens. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair to your goals, because you're limiting yourself. So literally, you are limiting your potential when you care what people think, right? And it's that simple. And nowadays, it's people. I look around at people, and people just always seem so worried about what other people think, and it amazes me. And I think simply if you can just eliminate that from your life, it'll just improve your life drastically. I mean, since I really started focusing on that, and I'm still growing out of that phase, it's in the world we live in. I grew up with social media, so it's, I've had to change a lot of things about my beliefs and my thoughts of how I see the world. I've had to change a lot because social media, it really limits you. It has limited me from so many things and wasted so much time of my life that I'll never get back. But all I can do is look forward, right? All I can do is look forward, And if I want to live the life I want to live, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to worry about these things that have limited me for so long, right? And you shouldn't either. You shouldn't either, because that's what life is about. It's about finding yourself, about finding what you want to do as a person, what God calls you to do, and sticking with it, and rolling it, and investing in it every day of your life. If you're not doing that, then what are you living for, right? This is all we know. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. And that's why I make these videos, just because I feel called to inspire people. I want to inspire people. I want to spread my knowledge and spit facts, Haleakala. That's in Hawaii. Beautiful place. You also go check it out if you haven't. It's in Maui, on the island of Maui. And man, I got a recap video of that trip coming soon. Unbelievable trip. And the thing about, the Hawaiians, I mean, they don't care what people think. They live life the way they're supposed to live it, Obviously, a lot of us have, over time, we've lost touch of, our roots and our ancestors and, what we used to stand for as humans. We've kind of lost touch of that. And that's expected, whenever you evolve, when you grow into the society we are right now, it's, it was bound to happen. And, but the thing about the Hawaiians, what I realized is that they just always stay positive. They always stay positive because they know that negative is never the way. Right? That the aloha spirit, shaka shaka, it's real. It's real. It really is real. And you go there and you see it like clear as day, because they don't have time to care what people think, right? They just live life, man. They live life. There's no time to care what people think. Over here, it's like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to post on Instagram. Oh my God, did he see it? Did he see it? Like, shut up. Shut up. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just like, think about how idiotic that is. Think about how stupid we look to those people who really don't care and are just living life. And you know what? We can live like this. I mean, it's not going to affect me. I'm going to keep doing me, of course. Y'all can keep living however you choose to. But at the end of the day, who's really going to be more fulfilled? Who's going to be happier? Someone that always cares what people think? Or someone who put aside the beliefs, who put aside the negative beliefs and just live life and just went in with themselves? Who do you think is going to be more happy? It speaks for itself. So I'm going to stop talking, let you all do the thinking. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Don't care what people think. Do you, don't care what people think. And I promise you, you're going to go far and you're going to find life way more interesting and way more exciting the way it was supposed to be seen. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.